Whatever your thoughts on Empire of Death are, and I made mine pretty clear in my review, the Doctor has just beaten arguably the strongest Doctor Who villain in the history of the show with some rope. But as we know from the giggle, another TARDIS was made. Is there a chance that a part of SUTEKH lived on in the 14th Doctor's TARDIS that could come back to haunt the universe in seasons to come?
She was a fairy.
It all feels too good to be true, that the god of death ends up killing nobody. He deserves to be brought back, and if he isn't, it's honestly a massive waste. Maybe it could be something like Bad Wolf, where we will hear SUTEKH's name again and more destruction will follow in future seasons. And I'm all for new villains and to stop dragging out past villains. But I would like to see more from SUTEKH, because if you big up a villain like this, there has to be consequences. So, one way he could come back, there's another TARDIS, isn't there? So this could mean nothing or everything. And bear in mind this TARDIS was created during the Toymaker's domain, still lingering from the giggle. So there's still a pretty good chance. He's a god, I'm sure he could find a way. Maybe a part of the god lives in the other TARDIS. Even though we did see SUTEKH basically burn in the time vortex. This is Doctor Who. A timey-wimey rule could mean that another part of him lives on the other TARDIS, or that he's just generally not dead in the time vortex. And then there's Mrs. Flood.
Then tell your maker I will come to storm down his gates of gold and seize his kingdom in my true name.
What you talking about?
The way she speaks, calling Cherry Sunday you tiny little woman, and no offence to Mrs. Flood, she is also a tiny little woman, but speaks about her so differently from herself, which signifies that she is much more than just a tiny little woman. Yeah, that does sound a bit godlike. I'm not going to speculate massively on this, but there are some clear signs, and that is because of the white furry coat that she was wearing, which is something which Romana was known for. Quick recap, Romana was a Time Lord who was assigned the task to assist the Fourth Doctor in his quest for the key to time. Stayed with him long after that task was done and parted from him in E-Space. When she returned to N-Space, she became the Lady President of the Time Lords of Gallifrey. And with Russell T Davies quite obviously bringing back classic era characters, Romana's chances of appearing may have increased that little bit more. Now, this could just be Russell T Davies teasing the audience, because I think fans have been calling for Romana for many years. But let me know what you think. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and give this video a like, and I'll see you all soon.
Night night.